FastCast TV, The Handmaid's Tale, Episode 4. Well, the ickiness continues. This episode sort of focused on two things. One, at the end of the last episode, we discovered that June/Offred is not pregnant, and she gets sort of locked into her room, and she's been sort of left in there, and it's been exploring, I guess, sort of why she's being punished and how she might stop being punished or whatever. But in the background, we also have this backstory of how there was a nascent revolution happening in the sort of handmaid training facility, which is interesting because basically June and Moira essentially escape, but then they sort of get split up on this train platform, and Moira does escape, which means now we get to at some point find out where she is and what's happening with her. But then we also now know that June was recaptured and punished, which adds to me a pretty interesting twist regarding her backstory of like what it was like for her at the center and then how she got placed in a house. It seems like they would have known that she was going to be a potential, I don't know, I guess flight risk. But the other important thing about the future time is that she discovers in her time, her 2 weeks stuck in this room, that someone has carved some Latin by the floor in the closet, which we find out is an inscription that someone wrote in Commander Waterford's Latin book from high school. Or actually, I guess middle school, which implies that what he's been doing with her, this sort of like late night Scrabble sessions, are something that he appears to have been doing with previous handmaids. And the last one apparently got to know him well enough to see this Latin book, read it, carve it in the floor, and then kill herself. Happy times. I will say I'm actually more intrigued after this episode than I was after the last episode. Like now, some more of the backstory is starting to blossom. I took about 2 to 3 weeks off from episode 3 to 4. I just couldn't bring myself to watch it because it really is that sort of like, ugh. I think I'm back in now. Handmaid's Tale, episode 4. FastCast, see ya! Hey, thanks for watching the FastCast. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can also follow me on Twitter at Mr. J Handle. And remember to check back because I do this a couple times a week. Thanks a lot, everybody. FastCast!